welcome to the online sessions. Today we are going to study another interesting lesson of science. Okay, so let's get started. Once again, a very good morning to all my dear students. I welcome you all in the statewide online education brought to you by Brihanmumbai Municipal Corporation. I am Rashmi teacher and today we are going to learn science. So students, can you tell, look at this picture. Okay, what picture is this? It's a pin holder, right? So when you are holding this pin holder upside down, see like this, okay, so that time pins do not fall. Why is it so? Do you know?
With the help of the magnet.
Very good. See here, another kind of pin holder. All the pins are sticking to that pin holder, right? Also, while shutting the door of a fridge, we find that it closes automatically from a certain distance and does not open unless pulled again. So, why is this so? Any idea? So, let us understand this from our today's topic, that is lesson number 15, fun with magnets. So let us see the objectives of this chapter. At the end of the lesson, you will be able to understand magnetism, distinguish between magnetic and non-magnetic materials, know the different shapes of magnet, state the uses of magnet, understand magnetism as a form of energy. So students, in the beginning I asked you some questions. Can you tell? So we saw those two gadgets, pin holder and fridge, isn't it? And I asked you, when the pin holder is held upside down, why doesn't the pin fall? And even the refrigerator, when we are closing the door from a certain distance, it closes automatically. So the answer for this is a magnet is used in these gadgets. So there is a magnet in these gadgets. A magnet is fitted in the cap of a pin holder and in the door of a fridge. Iron objects stick to a magnet. You all know this, isn't it? Iron objects, they stick to a magnet. So what is a magnet? Basically, what do you mean by a magnet? The material to which objects made from iron, nickel, cobalt, etc. get attracted is called a magnet. This property of a material is called magnetism. So you can see here pictures of iron, nickel, cobalt. So these three materials, they get attracted to a magnet. It is a kind of rock actually to which all these three materials get attracted, and this property of that material is called magnetism. So let's try this. Take a magnet from the laboratory and bring it near various objects in your use. Which of them stick to the magnet? What material is each of them made of? Observe these things carefully. Classify the objects into two groups, those which stick to the magnet and those which do not. And the second activity is take a mixture of sand, pieces of paper, sawdust, iron filings and pins in a saucer and pass a magnet around the mixture. What do you see? So students, these two experiments we are actually going to perform. So everybody, you have to look at me what I am going to show you. Can you see this paper, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So what is written on this paper?
Magnetic materials, non-magnetic materials.
Very good. So here it is written magnetic materials and non-magnetic materials. So let us perform an experiment. So now I have got few substances, few materials, and we are going to check using this magnet whether they are magnetic. If they are sticking to this magnet, then we will place them here in this column, because it is magnetic material. But whichever material sticks to the magnet, it is called magnetic material, and the materials which do not stick, they are called as non-magnetic material. So we will place them over here. So let us try one by one. See here, this is a piece of wood. Is it sticking to the magnet? No, it is not sticking. So I will place it here in the non-magnetic materials, right? Next is this is, let us try whether it is sticking or not. Yes, it is sticking. Yes, it is sticking. So it is an iron rod. So it will be placed here in the magnetic materials column. Next, we will see what is this. So no, it is not sticking. It is not sticking. Yes, so actually it is a rubber cork, bottle cork. So it is not sticking. So it is non-magnetic material. Next we have this. It's a bottle opener. Let's see whether it is sticking to the magnet. Yes, it is sticking. Nicely it is sticking to the magnet. So it is a magnetic material. So we will place it over here, right? Next we have this eraser. Is it sticking? No, it is not. So it is a non-magnetic material. Very good. Next we have this iron ball. Let's see whether it is sticking.
Yes.
Yes, it is sticking. So it is a magnetic material. So we will place it over here. Next is this. This is a cap, plastic cap of a bottle. Is it sticking?
No.
No. So where will I place it?
Non-magnetic materials.
Non-magnetic materials. And next we have this nail. It is sticking.
Yes.
So it will be a magnetic material. So it is a magnetic material. So this way we have classified the materials into two groups, magnetic materials and non-magnetic materials. So those materials which are sticking to the magnet, they are called magnetic materials, and those which are not sticking, they are called non-magnetic materials. Okay. I hope you all understood this. One more experiment we are going to perform. See here, in this saucer I have taken a mixture of sand, iron filings, sawdust and pieces of paper are there. Can you see it? Now what I will do, now I am just going to move this magnet on this mixture. Let's see what happens. Okay. See, something is sticking to the magnet at both the ends. See, at the two ends. It is not sticking at the center. It is sticking at the two ends. You know what is this? These are iron filings. These are all iron filings. Iron filings means dust of iron, fine particles of iron. So they are sticking to the magnet. So we can easily separate these ion filings from this mixture like this. We can separate the ion filings from the mixture. See, we can easily separate because they are magnetic. They are sticking to the magnet, that means they are magnetic, and that is why we can easily separate the ion filings from this mixture, right? So this was another activity. You understood our two experiments, students? You can perform it at home also. You can use a magnet, and in your home also you can find out which are magnetic substances and which are non-magnetic substances. So let's continue with our chapter. So we perform this experiment. So now what is the conclusion? What did we learn in these two activities? The materials that stick to a magnet are called magnetic materials, while those that do not stick to a magnet are called non-magnetic materials. The metals iron, cobalt, nickel are magnetic materials. So here there is another chart which is showing you magnetic materials and non-magnetic materials. In magnetic materials you can see a lock and a key, a horseshoe, there are some pins, there are some nuts, then there is a safety pin, then there are nails, okay, clips, a spoon, okay, this is again a holder, a clip which is magnetic, this is a key, this is a spring kind of holder. So these are all magnetic materials. And in non-magnetic you can see clothes, book, plants, okay, cardboard, again another cardboard, globe, shoes, okay, a desk, wooden table. So all these are non-magnetic materials. So I hope students it is clear with you what are magnetic materials and what are non-magnetic materials. So students, one question might have come to your mind, how was magnet discovered? So there is a story behind this, okay. So I'll tell you this story. The story goes like this. There was a shepherd named Magnus who lived in Greece. So you can see the picture of that shepherd, okay. So once while his sheep were grazing, he sat down on a big rock. But what a surprise he got when he tried to get up. His staff means the stick in his hand, okay. His staff and his shoes were stuck to the rock. See, he is not able to get up. The shoes and the staff are stuck to the rock. He tried to pull hard. Okay, somehow the staff came out, but the shoes were not coming out. See, the shoes were stuck to the rock. So he was actually very scared. So what he did, he removed his shoes, he left his staff and shoes there only, and he ran away from that place. And he went to the village and he told the entire incident to the villagers. The villagers in the beginning were surprised. They were not believing him. They started laughing, but later on they decided to go themselves and check for it. So they carried their weapons with them, and see, they came to the rock and they tried to hit the rock with their weapons, but to their surprise their weapons also were sticking to the rock. So later on they found out that their weapons were made up of iron, and the shoes and staff of Magnus were also consisted of, in the shoes there were iron nails, and in the staff at the bottom there was a cap which is called as ferrule. It was also made up of iron, and that is why these all things were sticking to the rock. So that rock was not a normal rock. All the iron materials were sticking to the rock. So later on that rock was named magnetite after Magnus the shepherd. Magnetite is a natural magnet. It is also possible that the name magnet came from Magnesia, the part of Greece where magnets were discovered. So this is the story of Magnus, and this was how magnet was discovered. You all like the story, students? I'm sure you liked it. So next we have different shapes of magnet. Magnets can have a variety of shapes depending upon their uses. See here, the different shapes of magnet are shown in the picture. There is a bar magnet, the first one, and the one which I used in my experiments, that was also a bar magnet, students. So this is a bar magnet. Then this magnet is a horseshoe magnet. It resembles a horseshoe, and that is why it is named as horseshoe magnet. This is a cylindrical magnet since it is cylindrical in shape. This is U-shaped magnet. This is a ring magnet, and this is a button magnet. So there are different shapes of magnet depending upon their uses. Today magnets are used in many machines and gadgets or devices. They are all man-made magnets. So they are all, actually natural magnet is in the form of rock. So all the different shapes known, it is given by man. So they are all man-made magnets. Bar magnet, disc magnets, horseshoe magnets, ring-shaped magnets, cylindrical magnets, as also small button magnets are the different shapes of magnets in everyday use. So you should know the different shapes of magnet. Question can be asked to you, name the different shapes of magnet. Alright. See, again you can see a picture in which there are different man-made magnets and their uses. So on the left hand side you can see the different shapes of magnet: a horseshoe magnet, ring shaped magnet, cylindrical magnet, bar magnet, disc magnet, again ring shaped. This is another shape of magnet. But what is this? Can you see this? This magnet is called Mariner's compass. Okay, and these magnets, all these magnets are used in different gadgets, on the fridge, in the doors of shelves, in the loudspeakers, in the wallets. So these magnets have different uses also. So let us understand more about this Mariner's compass. So it looks like this. This is a Mariner's compass, and the thing which is, moving to and fro, that is a magnetic needle. It is suspended at the center of this compass, and it always points north-south direction, children. Whenever this magnetic needle is suspended freely means there should not be any magnet or any iron object or magnetic material nearby. So when it is suspended freely, it always points north-south direction. So how is this Mariner's compass used? Actually, it was known quite long ago to the people in China and Europe that a piece of magnetite hung freely always settled in the north-south direction. So whenever a piece of magnetite or a magnet, it is hung freely, it always settles or it always points north-south direction. These rocks then came to be used for finding the directions while traveling through unknown regions. That is why they are also called lodestones or leading stones. This led to the invention of the Mariner's compass. So this way Mariner's compass was invented, and its main use is to find out the direction while traveling to unknown places, unknown regions. So see in the picture, this Mariner's compass is used to find out the direction. Even in the sea voyages, it is used to find out the direction. So you all understood Mariner's compass, children? Very good. So now, what is magnetism? When a magnet attracts an object, that object is displaced due to magnetic force. This you all know now. See, when a magnet is attracting an object, that object is displaced. See, it is changing its position. Okay, that object is displaced due to magnetic force. In places like factories, ports, garbage depots, large objects are shifted from place to place. So this property of magnetic force is used in these different places like factories and garbage depots, and their large objects are shifted from one place to another place. For this purpose, cranes with magnets are used. So cranes are also used. I am going to show you a crane in the next picture. So what do we understand from this? Work is done by magnetic force. So since the object is displaced, that means work is done. This shows that magnetism is a kind of energy. So magnetism or magnetic force, it is a kind of energy because work is done. So let's see the next picture. See here, you can see a crane with magnet. It is lifting that huge car. So such kind of cranes are used in the factories to lift big objects. These cranes consist of magnets. So they are able to lift the magnetic materials, big objects which are magnetic. So understood, students? So let us review what we have learned today. The materials to which objects made from iron, nickel, cobalt, etc. get attracted is called a magnet. This property of a material is called magnetism. The materials that stick to a magnet are called magnetic materials, while those that do not stick to a magnet are called non-magnetic materials. The metals iron, remember these three names, children. Iron, cobalt, nickel are magnetic materials. Bar magnet, disc magnet, horseshoe magnet, ring-shaped magnets, cylindrical magnets, as also small button magnets are the different shapes of magnets in everyday use. So you should know the different shapes of magnet which are used in day-to-day life. And also we learned at the end that magnetism is a kind of energy. So I hope you all have understood. So let's have a small exercise on this part. Classify the following materials into magnetic and non-magnetic materials. So these are the materials: key, wood, glass, chalk, pencil, nail, cup of tea, book, needle, fork. So we are going to classify them into two sections: magnetic materials and non-magnetic material. So now you are going to answer, students. Okay, so the first one, key, it is magnetic or non-magnetic? Who will tell me? Yes, who will answer this? Key is magnetic material or non-magnetic material? Yes, some students are raising hand.
Teacher, magnetic material.
Very good. Key is a magnetic material. What about wood?
Non-magnetic material.
Non-magnetic material. Glass?
Non-magnetic material.
Okay, some other student answer now. Okay. Chalk? What about chalk?
Non-magnetic material.
Very good. Pencil?
Non-magnetic.
That's right. Nail?
Magnetic.
Magnetic. Cup of tea?
Non-magnetic.
Non-magnetic. Book?
Non-magnetic. Non-magnetic.
Very good. Needle?
Magnetic. Magnetic.
Magnetic. Fork?
Non-magnetic.
Fork?
Magnetic.
Magnetic. Yes, it is magnetic. So let's check your answers. See, in magnetic we have key, nail, needle, fork. Very good. And in non-magnetic we have wood, glass, chalk, pencil, cup of tea, book. Very good, children. Now answer the following MCQs. See here, I have given you some MCQs, that is multiple choice questions. You have to just select the correct option. Who will read this question?
Teacher,
Yes, read.
which is an example of a magnetic substance?
Yes. And the options are iron, nickel,
Nickel,
cobalt,
copper.
all of this.
Oh.
So what is the correct answer?
All of these.
All of this. Very good. All of them are magnetic substances. Next question. Who will read the next question?
Magnet have a shape.
Yes. And the options are? Read the options.
Cylindrical. All of these. No.
First read the options.
Cylindrical, ball, ends, horses, shoes, all of this.
Yes. Cylindrical, ball-ended, horseshoe, all of this. So what is the correct choice?
Cylindrical.
Only cylindrical. Magnets have only cylindrical shape. Horseshoe is also there. Ball-ended is also there. So the correct
All
answer
of
is
this.
all of this.
this.
Very good. Next question. Who will read this?
When a bar magnetic is brought near iron dust, most of the dust sticks near the middle, equally everywhere, near two ends at the middle and
Yes. So
near two ends.
very good. Near two ends. Yes. In the experiment we saw now, when a bar magnet is brought near iron dust, the iron dust stuck near two ends. Next question. Read this.
Which is a national magnet? Natural magnet.
Read the options.
Magnetic.
Magnetite.
Magnetite. Hematite. Bank.
Bakelite.
Bakelite. Copper.
Yes.
Magnetite.
Very good.
Magnetite.
The correct option is magnetite. Very good, very good. You all understood. That means you all understood today's session, right? One more MCQ is there. Read this.
Magnets attack.
Yes. Read the options.
Plastic, paper, iron.
And the correct option is iron. Very
Iron.
good. Very good. Clap for yourself. Very good. So here is the activity for you. Now mute yourself, all children. Mute yourself, everybody. Very good. So here is an activity for you. Make a list of magnetic and non-magnetic substances in your home. Okay, so you all are going to do this activity. So I hope you all understood the lesson very well, and tomorrow we are going to continue with the same lesson, isn't it? Some more interesting facts about magnet we are going to learn in tomorrow's session. So be present tomorrow also. So thank you. That's all for today. Have a nice day.